First things first, when you are adjusting the action on your Floyd Rose guitar, what you want to do is have a little bit of foam or a little bit of cardboard right in this section here. This is going to help support the bridge, especially when you are loosening the strings. The bridge is going to want to dip all the way back. So to counteract that and make your life way easier, what you want to do, put a little bit of foam under the bridge, and that'll help support it when you are adjusting the strings back up to the desired tuning. Then you're going to take off the clamps for the locking nut. Then you're going to loosen all of those strings off. Okay, strings are loose, and even then, when I push on the Floyd Rose trem right here, I still feel a lot of resistance, and that's probably because there are 3 springs in the back here. So what I want to do is actually loosen maybe 2 or all of the springs from the back, just so this Floyd Rose can move freely. So when I go to adjust the action on the Floyd Rose, whether I'm taking the Floyd up or down, even if the strings are loose like that, but I can still feel that there is tension on the bar, these knife edges on the Floyd Rose here are going to still grind against these adjustment points, and that's going to cause them to prematurely wear out. So what you want to do is still make sure all of the tension is off of that Floyd Rose trem. So take those springs off as well, and then put your Allen wrench into these adjustment points and then adjust them either clockwise or counterclockwise, whether you want to take the Floyd Rose up or down. All right, so we actually have 4 tremolo springs on this guitar, so what we want to do is just take out 2 and see if we can move that Floyd Rose a little bit easier. Okay, that is way easier to move. Again, it's probably hard to capture that on camera, but way easier to move. So I feel a little bit more comfortable adjusting those Floyd Rose adjustment points, just to take the action up a little bit more. The nice thing about most guitars is that they are going to give you the Allen wrenches to adjust the adjustment points on the guitar, whether it has a bridge like this or another style bridge, and even to adjust the truss rod. So this is a really nice touch, so you don't have to run to your local hardware store and get an Allen wrench set. I'm going to do the same for the other side. And again, you don't really have to go crazy with this to get the action up just a little bit higher. On a guitar with a Floyd Rose, you are going to have to use more steps than you would on a guitar that has like a regular hardtail bridge, just because there are more moving parts and more parts that could wear out if you're not careful. You can see that the base plate is going to be sitting up a little bit higher, and if that's not high enough, what you do is just simply repeat this process until you get the strings sitting as high or as low as you would like. And yes, on a Floyd Rose, even though the bridge is built on a flat base plate, and all bridges are built on flat base plates for the most part, what you can do is still adjust the Floyd Rose so it is sitting a little bit on an angle. So I can actually have the low strings sitting higher than the treble strings, and that is going to be totally okay as well. You don't want to have it sitting like crazy like that, and that might be an over-exaggeration, but if you are bringing it up just a little bit like that, I'm sure you're going to be okay, especially if you need to have those low notes really ring out on your extended range guitar. All right, so I got the new strings on. The bridge is on an angle and kind of angled forward, and the guitar is out of tune. So I have a couple options of what I have to do here. This base plate should be sitting pretty well flush with the body. So I can add a spring to do that, or I can screw the screws that are going into the body even further, which will then pull that bridge down more while I'm still tuning that guitar a good amount. This is very specific to a Floyd Rose. If you don't have a Floyd on your guitar, then you can just set the guitar up as it is and you won't have to deal with any issues like this. All right, so the bridge is a little bit closer to where we want it, and the guitar is pretty much in tune. The bridge, it might be hard to see, it is still on a little bit of a back bow here. The yellow is really contrasting against the black, so bear with me here. But I really want that bridge sitting a little bit more flat, like that. Start unscrewing those adjustment screws out from the body to then slowly release the tension to bring that bridge up. If you take one of the springs out that you added, your bridge actually might be like this, and you might be basically where you started. If you need to make those really fine adjustments, just start unscrewing those adjustment screws, and then you should be getting that Floyd Rose sitting super level. One last thing about the Floyd Rose is that whether you are adjusting the screws or adding or removing springs, you still have to tune the guitar, because that is a crucial part to getting this bridge sitting flat.